आलू की सब्जी। Hi, I'm Anupa and I welcome you to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana, and I also welcome to a series of cooking for beginners. Once again, I'm here to present to you another recipe which is a very basic vegetable which is made in most of the Indian households. This is aloo ki sabzi. As mentioned earlier, this would be an excellent accompaniment with the Indian bread that I showed you, which were puri or even roti. So let's quickly see what all we need to make aloo ki sabzi. We need 2 big potatoes, sliced onions, oil, cumin seeds, mustard seeds, turmeric powder, curry leaves, green chili slit, salt to taste, chopped fresh coriander leaves, lemon juice, asafoetida. Okay, now to begin with, the most important thing here is to cook the potatoes first. Why? Because this preparation is a very quick recipe for which we need to boil the potatoes, and the best way to cook potatoes is in a pressure cooker. So I have a pressure cooker with me. Whenever you use a pressure cooker to boil potatoes, make sure you don't add too much water to it, because what happens is when the water starts boiling and the pressure starts building up, along with the whistle which is raised, all the water also comes out of the cooker. So make sure the water is sufficient. So how much water needs to be added, you make a note. Switch on the gas. Okay, after this we'll add water. That's it. We don't need to add more water to this. Of course, the potatoes are quite big, so if you are using big potatoes, you can also cut them into half and boil it, or even if you leave it whole, it is surely going to be cooked with about 3 whistles on medium flame. Okay, so we will now let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, or till about good 3 whole whistles are given out. After that, you have to leave the pressure cooker as it is for the pressure to settle down. When the pressure cooker is hot, do not try to open it, because you may tend to burn yourself. So be a little patient. Once the pressure settles down, you can open the pressure cooker and you'll have nice good boiled potatoes. So what we will do is, I already have 2 potatoes with me which are already boiled. We will just transfer this. We will start cooking the vegetable in this wok. So to begin with, we'll first need to use oil. Now there are various ways of making aloo ki sabzi. Each and every region in India has its own version of aloo ki sabzi. What I am showing you today is a universal thing, mostly made in all Indian homes. However, you may also come across various other recipes which I will eventually show you. There are a lot of times when this vegetable is made with a little bit of gravy, a little bit of sauce. There are quite a few times where a little bit of yogurt is added to it to give it the gravy that you need. So this way, this little saucy potato vegetable can be also had with roti, at the same time steamed rice. But what I am showing you today is something which can be had with puri also and roti as well. So let's first see how do we start with the tempering. Now very important thing here with this vegetable is the tempering. Tempering is something that is done initially and to which we will add the potatoes. Very often temperings are also given last minute, which happens in case of dal. So when we learn how to make dal, we will see how to make temperings for dal. But right now we are seeing how to make this tempering for aloo ki sabzi. Okay, now what we have to do here is we will take some mustard seeds. So we have to wait for the mustard seeds to crackle. Then we will add cumin seeds to this. These have to change color, they have to change to a little brown in color, after which we will add asafoetida. Now why do we have to add asafoetida? It helps in digestion. Then we will add some turmeric powder, we will add some curry leaves, some green chilies, and we will mix this lightly. So this is our basic tempering. Now in this you could add a lot of other vegetables. I am using potatoes, but you could also add paneer, you could also add cauliflower. Here we will add the onions, and after you have added the onions, you need to saute this well for the onions to go soft and transparent, and this can be done on high heat also. Okay, 3 whistles are given out. We will switch this off and wait for the entire pressure to settle down. Okay, now I have boiled potatoes with me which I am going to cut. So cut it into half, then cut it into dices like this. There's another way that you can do is instead of cutting, just crush the potato in this. That also could be another way of preparing this. Here we don't want the onions to brown, so keep stirring it. There's another way that you can avoid the onions from browning is by splashing some water. So you could just do this, and what we'll do is we'll cover this. We'll cover this for the onions to go slightly soft. In the meanwhile, we'll cut the potatoes. That's it. The potatoes are done. We'll just open this in case it's got stuck to each other like this. Potatoes are quite starchy, so it is the starch which sticks to each other like this. You will find the same with rice. Rice is also again quite starchy, high in carbohydrates. So when you cook rice also you find the grains sticking to each other. Similarly with potatoes. Okay, so we have sauteed the onions. They have gone nice and soft. And now if we saute it further, it will start browning. Basically because onion, they have a lot of sugar in it, and when sugar comes in contact with direct heat like this, it starts caramelizing. So basically whenever we say browned onions, which means onions which are fried or further sauteed in oil, the sugar caramelizes and that is how we get brown onions. It's very simple. So I don't want the onions to brown here, so I will not cook it further. What I will do is I will add the potatoes. Now we'll add salt, very little coriander leaves right now, and we'll mix this once again. This is going quite dry, so we'll splash some more water here. This is just fine. Mix it up once again. Okay, and we'll cover this and let this cook for at least 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, so now let's see. This looks perfectly fine, nice and moist, just the way it should be. Now what you can do right now here is just lightly crush it, but don't mash it totally, just crush this lightly. That's it. Switch off the heat. Now we have to add some lemon juice. Some lemon juice and some more fresh coriander. Lovely. This is done. Let's put it in a serving bowl. Aloo ki sabzi is ready. Serve this with roti or puri and make this recipe just the way I have made it, and you'll be very proud of yourself.